Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Day 6? We'll go with that. Um, so, I was finishing up my Hearthstone stream last night, and I was trying to unwind, chill out a little bit, and ended up playing some Talisman, and then still wasn't quite ready to sleep for some reason, because my Talisman game went really well, and I was amped and freaking out. So I decided to investigate some of the new and upcoming releases on Steam, as I want to do. And I discovered this game that had just been released as a free-to-play called Zombies, Monsters, Robots. And I don't know if it was just that I was a little delirious and exhausted last night, because I think that may be one of the worst names for game ever in terms of being totally apathetic towards the subject matter. But then I did a little bit of research on it, and I realized part of the issue here is a translation thing, because this is apparently an Asian game. I'm not sure if it's Chinese or Korean or what specific Asian country this originates from, but I think there may be something in the title that's being a little lost in translation, which is unfortunate because having now played about an hour or two of this, I'm actually kind of amazed at how good it is. Um, it reminds me a lot of a game that I am very fond of, which is Soldier Front 2. Um, another good like free-to-play shooter. Except this game kind of takes things in a completely different direction and kind of turns that whole free-to-play competitive shooter thing on its ear by just giving you this incredible array of classes and monsters and different variations of your character to play with. And the cool thing about it is, depending on what game mode you get into, you get access to some of the most powerful stuff in the game, like almost immediately, which really is cool and neat and something I just haven't seen in this type of free-to-play game very much. Because usually in free-to-play games, especially free-to-play shooters, a lot of the best, coolest stuff is kind of gated behind that paywall. And so to even get to do any of the really neat stuff in the game, you have to grind forever to get in-game currency, or you have to cough up real-world money to be able to experience anything cool in the game. So I'm not saying that that's not the case here. I'm not saying that there aren't things in this game that you would have to pay to get or to fully experience, but I am kind of at least initially impressed with how cool some of the things you can do right off the bat in the game are. So, without further ado, let's jump into the game proper, because I'm sure with that introduction you are just chomping at the bit to see what's up with this madness. So as you can see here, I've made a dude, and now I'll show you the other little twist to this whole thing, which is this isn't just a PvP game, it's also a PvE game, and you can switch back and forth between these lobbies. Now when you first get into the game, you actually have like sort of mandatory tutorial that executes, which is like your typical, here's how you move, here's how you interact with stuff, here's how you use the different weapon types. Pretty straightforward stuff. There's a little bit of weirdness, like the sniper scope. You don't just hold the right mouse button, you hold the right mouse button and roll the mouse wheel up to actually bring the scope up, because right mouse button isn't iron sight, it just focuses the crosshairs and pulls the camera view in over the third person shoulder. So there's some little like weird things like that, but for the most part you're talking pretty standard FPS controls. And as part of that tutorial, they basically have you do the first PvE mission. And it's basically like a wave-based kind of survival thing. I actually got randomly paired up with another person, and we took care of it pretty easily, and it was kind of no big deal. I assume that the PvE missions get more sophisticated as you go, but the thing is, I made the mistake or made the discovery, depending on how you want to look at it, about the PvP section last night, and that's kind of all I've been playing since. Not to say the PvP or the PvE isn't interesting, and I certainly think it would be cool to play with other people that I know, maybe on TeamSpeak sometime. Hint, hint. Um, but the PvP, I think, is kind of where it's at for me, at least initially. So again, like drawing the comparison to something like Soldier Front, you have a real common motif here where like there's an introductory lobby where it's like for levels 1 through 10, which kind of keeps, you know, the new players segregated from the people who are like already masterful at the game. So you can kind of get in here and you can see there's a bunch of different lobbies that it has available, and there's also a bunch of different game modes. Now, I think the game mode that I have been playing is this Mercs versus Monsters mode, which is the thing that allows you to pick a different class each time you spawn. And the thing that's neat about that is the class you can be is kind of based on how well you and your team are performing in the game. So it's kind of Counter-Strikey in a way, where like if you've gotten a lot of kills or your team's doing well, then you can spawn more powerful classes for that spawn, because it's all kind of based on points. But then if you say pick a real powerful dude and don't do well with him, then you know those points aren't available for the next person to spawn or for you to use on your respawn. So you kind of have to be a little bit judicious in how you pick your spawns, because you don't want to waste a really powerful unit, you know, and then therefore not have those points available for another one to spawn. But I've been getting into those matches pretty much off the automatic matchmaking, and I know there's some other modes here, like some straight up deathmatch and stuff like that, but let's just jump in off the auto matchmaking, because it seems like that does a pretty decent job of putting you in a room that's like a good ping for you. And of course, because I say that, it puts me into an empty room. Like every other time I've done it, it's put me into a full room with a bunch of people ready to go, which is kind of funny. I'll tell you what, rather than wait for this room to fill up, let's just go back and look at this list and see if we can find a nice game with a bunch of people in it. So, let's see. So here's this Mercs versus Monsters mode, 9 of 16. Let's see if I can jump into that. There we go. And as you can see, as with any good free-to-play game, there are zany costumes to be purchased and unlocked. Again, making the Soldier Front 2 analogy, because it's kind of the game of this type that I'm most familiar with. They have these things, whereas in Soldier Front they call them capsules, in here they're bullets, which is kind of cool, because you have like the whole mythological creature sort of aesthetic in this game. You have silver, gold, and platinum bullets are basically the unlocks, or the things you use to try to get more loot from like sort of the random gambling slot machines and stuff. Also notice that when I reload my weapon here, because this is an Unreal Engine game, they are going with the whole active reload mechanic, like Gears of War style, where if you hit the reload button again at just the right time, it like speeds up your reload animation, which I'm sure those of you who are into Gears or who have played a lot of that will feel right at home with that mechanic. I'm thinking I might need to turn the game sound down a little bit, because it's sounding a little bit loud to me, but maybe you guys can tell me whether or not that's the case. So the only other issue really that I've had with this game so far has been this latency issue, where like it kind of tends to get a little jumpy, which is definitely a bummer, because really other than the latency, like I think this game is fantastic. But when it gets jumpy like that, it kind of kills it a little bit. Although I will say when I played this last night, it was super buttery smooth, like for the hour and a half that I played it. So I'm not sure if that's just a time of day thing, or if that's a result of you know, just it being an international player base, and I'm ending up in lobbies that have, you know, players that are just too far away from me. I know Soldier Front kind of suffers from the same issue because they don't really segregate their player base either. So I'm not entirely sure how much of this is the game engine's fault and how much of it is just the internet being the internet and latency being what it is. Oh, I got the wrong end of that. So I'm going to stick with this machine gunner class, but you can see I could have spawned higher level classes. I just really happen to like the way this guy handles. So just to cover some basic stuff while I... Oh! Help me! Yeah, that latency is not cool. And that's not because I'm streaming. That is something that was happening in the game even when I wasn't streaming. So that's something you should be aware of if you're going to try this out. Like, I'm hoping that this is just like a launch day / week issue, and that like as more people start playing and you get like a bigger pool of players where the matchmaking can put people who are at good latency in the same match more easily. Help me do this. That'll smooth out. And the one thing I'll say is it seems like when the latency does occur, it affects everyone equally. Like, it's not like you're screwed and everybody else is okay. It seems like when the latency hits, like, everybody kind of feels it equally, so it has a tendency to level the playing field at least a bit. Alright, let's go with one more machine gunner respawn here. And I actually want to test something on the next spawn. Oh my goodness, we're jumping around like a jumping bean. But you can see like some of these other guys are rocking like the more advanced classes. Like this guy with the flamethrower, or this guy with the minigun. That minigun is so sick. It's so very sick. Oh, look, I got me. So I was trying to figure out if there was an easier way to change your class on the respawn screen, because what happens sometimes is the mouse pointer kind of gets lost, or it'll like end up in a weird spot on screen, and I end up spending time trying to figure out where it went, and I don't get to actually switch my class sometimes in between spawns the way I'd like to. I was kind of hoping that maybe the WASD keys or the arrow keys or something would work for class switching, but they don't seem to, so it seems like we do have to do the mouse. Oh my goodness. Man, I dumped on her. Okay, it's time to bring out a bigger class. We're getting closer to the end game of this. Let's get this minigun dude into play. And this, again, is just a matter of having enough to spawn that. That guy's having a really awful day. Oh, that was not good. That was the opposite of good. Let's see if I can get another one of those. Alright, let's do this. Now, most classes have something that they do from the left mouse button and the right mouse button, but some of them, like this one, seem to only have their one primary attack. Now, given how potent this guy's primary attack is, you can definitely see why that would not be a terrible thing. Man, this latency is bad. This is as bad as it's been since I started playing this.
Double kill.
Ooh, rugged. Yeah, let's do him one more time. See if I can get more than a couple of kills before going down. Oh, okay, so you always can sprint by either holding the shift key or the space bar. And certain classes, if you tap the shift key or the space bar, that's also a move. Yeah, nice. I always like it when you get credit or acknowledgement for killing a guy who killed you previously. That's always fun. No, terrible. So terrible. Alright. As long as I'm killing 2 of them for every one of me that's dying, I feel pretty good about that. But I'm also playing as a much more powerful unit, So you want to make sure that you're killing units of theirs that are equivalent to what you're losing. I think that guy was upset with me. I'm fairly certain that he wanted to do me harm. So I probably, at the rate that I'm dying, I probably should be switching off of this to something a little less expensive, because I'm probably actually hurting our chances of winning here, continuing to spawn that guy and only getting 1 or 2 kills before I go down. Let me pick something a little more, a little more squishy apparently. It looks like the latency may be settling down finally. Just a little bit. Jeez, that Wraith is just kind of mean-spirited. Mean-spirited, get it? Anyway, so yeah, I think this game is pretty cool based on what I've seen of it so far. I'm a little obviously concerned about the latency issues because obviously in a competitive multiplayer game in particular, you're gonna worry about that because you're not gonna, if you don't feel like oh, I missed my active reload there. If you don't feel like the network performance allows you to be competitive, that can certainly be frustrating, and I can understand why people would have an issue with that, for sure. But I think just looking at the mechanics of the game and like the way they have these different classes implemented and kind of the interesting variety of gameplay it creates in like what's essentially, you know, just another third-person shooter. Other than that, I think is really interesting. Like I was really surprised playing this last night just how fun and interesting and kind of neat it was. So I really felt like it would be good to share it with you guys. Oh, the hurting. Make the hurting stop. Make it stop. Oh, make it stop. Alright, I should probably concentrate on what I'm doing for a minute here and see if I can actually help us win. I feel like I'm not contributing very well. No, don't stun me! Don't stun me, bro! That was suboptimal. Oh, I forgot about this teleport thingy. That teleport thingy is not my special friend. And you know, like, you might say, you know, why not just spawn a bigger dude and take him out? But the thing is, if I can kill that big dude with this little guy, that's a much bigger coup than even, say, him killing me repeatedly. Because that character costs a lot more for him and his team to spawn than this character does for me and my team. So actually I did pretty well there, despite my commentary. I'm always worried when I'm commenting on games and streaming them and stuff that my gameplay suffers. I always feel bad for my teammates because I'm not concentrating as much on winning as I would be if I were just playing by myself. But I guess other things I wanted to talk about is like the movement mechanics. Like, see, this guy, this default zombie guy, or monster guy, can only sprint. But like the default soldier guy, when you're up playing on the soldier squad, he can actually sort of dodge roll to get away from stuff, which is kind of handy and interesting, and it creates these interesting mechanics, right, where like if one of these guys comes up against one of the soldier guys, you know, he can't dodge roll, but he can sprint and goes into sprint much faster. So let me try to spawn this guy again. Let me see if I can get a kill as this guy before I take a more powerful monster out. But some of these class variations are super cool. Like some of the things you can do as the different monsters are just really neat. So I'll just kind of try to go through the progression here. It shouldn't cost my team too much. So this guy just has a standard kind of bite attack off the left mouse button, and then the right mouse button is basically him exploding. So again, reminds me of the one alien class in Soldier Front 2's Soldiers vs. Aliens game mode, where like you basically just run up to somebody and hit the right mouse button and kind of detonate on them. It's basically like a guaranteed kill against a lower tiered enemy. Oh man, I wasn't close enough. The latency got me there. But you get the idea. I'm actually not a huge fan of that devil dog thing. So this guy, this next guy, he does this bow and arrow thing, right, where when you right mouse button, wherever the cursor is, when the animation finishes is where the shot goes, and then he just has a standard melee attack as well, and then standard sprint. The timing, obviously, on the bow and arrow is pretty clutch. Like, you have to really make sure that your cursor is on target at the moment that the shot actually fires. It doesn't do you any good if you're on target when you first click the right mouse button. You have to get it lined up so that the shot is lined up at the moment of release in the animation, which can definitely be tricky. Thanks, buddy. You're my dog. Dog. Oh, that guy was not fond of what I just did there. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, let's see. Now this guy... Oh yeah, he throws the bombs. Yeah, throws the bombs, standard melee attack. No roll, no combat roll, just a sprint. I think the soldiers are really the only guys who get the combat roll, honestly. So, I find this guy a little kind of selectively useful. I mean, like, I guess he's cool, he's okay, but like, I really prefer... Ooh, I got the bomb out, but I don't know if I actually hit him. Yeah, we'll skip him. I'm not a super huge fan of his... I think that bomb ability isn't quite useful enough, considering that that's all he can really do aside from standard melee. Now this lady, you saw me getting victimized by her in the previous match, and because this is asynchronous kind of multiplayer, you always play one side on, or one round on each side to kind of determine a winner, which is neat. But her whole thing is she can stealth, basically, and kind of get in around behind guys and vulture them from behind, which is pretty neat. I'm pretty stealthed right now, so I'm gonna try to get in on this guy from behind. Yeah, that guy backed up and saw me. I think had he not backed up, I would have maybe gotten a triple kill there. Let's run her one more time. I really like her. She's kind of my style. Like I kind of like to observe what's going on the battlefield and take advantage of that stealth ability and really try to make something happen. I'm definitely a fan in competitive kind of cooperative shooters like this of like rocking the flank or rocking this element of surprise. Of course, I just got surprised there because I got pretty wickedly owned. Okay, so let's move on to the next guy. Okay, so this guy, whenever his thing hits you, that's what like can temporarily blind an opponent. And then he's got that big like hacking axe basically, which is cool. So basically your thing with him is you want to blind the guy and then hit him. So kind of like a right click, left click combo. Just like that right there. Let's see. I should have probably been sprinting there. Let's give him one more go before moving on to the next one. Ooh, this guy is really annoyed. I know when I see one. Yeah, totally, dude. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Let's do this thing. Yeah, I know, right? That guy's a jerk. We should kill him. I'm following that guy as well. He's dead. I'm wrecking everything. I like everything about what just happened there. Can I hide inside your aura? Alright, let's see if I can help. Good hit. Oh, I got crossfired. Got a little too overzealous on my advance there. A little too much. That's okay though. I think I demonstrated a lot of good stuff there. So this guy kind of like a riff on the Charger from Left 4 Dead. The more frequently you use that right button attack, the less potent it is. So I'm going to try to let it charge up here so that I can use it to full effect by the time I actually get into the battle proper. Again, a little bit of a delay from the point where you do that to the time where it actually executes. So you kind of have to time it just right. But pretty fun in any case. Ah, horrifying! I have no friends left. Only enemies. Only enemies who have massive amounts of power. This is not good. This is not good. Okay, so this guy. I don't know if I actually get to play as this guy. So it looks like he spears. That's kind of cool. Or he stabs. So he either throws it. Yeah, he either throws it, or he stabs with it. Cool. I like throwing and stabbing. Those are two of my favorite activities. Oh boy. What is happening? Alright, let's go out here with these other people. I don't like being alone. I'm scared when I'm alone. Yeah, I got that guy right in his gut, but apparently that was not good enough. I don't think I'm feeling that guy. Unfortunately, he's all I can afford. Let's give him another chance. Let's give him another chance to be awesome. I think his thrilling like headgear is kind of distracting as well. He doesn't have any. Oh, shite! Shite! Oh God, shite! No! That was really terrible. That was some of the worst gameplay that I've done in quite some time. Alright, I deserve to be default zombie after that. That was horrible. What was I thinking? Alright, let me try to back this guy up because we don't have too many high-level creatures in play right now. Let's see if we can turn the tide a little bit. I don't know what that is, but it looks fun. I don't know what it does though. Alright. Oop, that guy is a jerk. I was gonna try to run past him and distract him so the other guy could shoot him. That was my plan. That was totally what I was trying to do. I don't think I was very effective at it though. Is this the bomb? Yeah, this is the arrow guy. I probably shouldn't have picked this guy. He's like a worse version of the guy I didn't like. Alright. Well, let's see if I can make something happen. Maybe I can... Maybe if I can find one of those big, slow, lumbering dudes, I can get a couple shots off on him.
You nearly won. Keep it up.
Nice. Alright. That was good teamwork. Good team play, guys. Feeling it. Oh my god, that was horrible. Horrible. Okay, let me try to vulture somebody. Let me play to my strength. See if I can get in behind them and wreck their day. Wreck their day. That's what I want to do. I want to be hot while I'm doing it. Alright.
You've lost the advantage.
Oh no. I don't like losing. Losing's like the opposite of what I want to do. Oh, help me. Oh, Jeebus. Yeah, F that dude up. Run away. Run away, stealthy lady. Run, hide. Ooh, no. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So worth it. So worth it. I just jacked 2 of their big dudes with that. Oh, that was so worth it. Okay, come on now. Come on now, guys. We gotta tighten up here. And by we, I mean me. Everybody else seems to be doing fine. I'm busy here talking. Stealth. Oh. You see me? Do you see? Getting all Sam Neill. Ah, man. I wanted to go all Event Horizon on him, but this wasn't happening. There was a little bit of latency there. Ah, denied. Denied. No, if only I'd had less latency and less suck. But, yeah, as you can see, this game is pretty awesome. That's all I can really tell you for right now. Obviously, the latency is an issue. If they can get the matchmaking sorted out and get everybody kind of grouped with people who actually have comparable network performance and distance, I think this would be super, super fun. Like, comparing this more directly to something like Nosgoth, which I've also played recently, I think this is like 10 times better and more fun and more interesting than that game. Like, Nosgoth is cool, don't get me wrong, but like, holy crap, is this fun. Like, it's so fun. It's kind of like Soldier Front 2 again in that way, where like, it's so fun that you almost don't mind, or like you can almost look past the latency and just enjoy it for when those moments when it does work and everything kind of comes together. So it's like, if they can just address that one issue, I think they've really got something here. Like, I am surprised, like shocked at how good this game is. It just feels good to play it, like in a way that I just was not expecting, especially based on the name. So let me do one more round here. I don't want to stream too long without checking the playback and making sure the audio levels and stuff are good. And I'll probably stream more of this later, but I just wanted to get this video out really and give you guys a quick like sense of what's going on with this thing and why it's probably worth you checking out. And also, I'd kind of like to increase the player base in the US because that'll probably help the lag. Oh, that was suboptimal. That was suboptimal. Alright, well at least I get to spawn now as somebody
lost the advantage.
I want. This machine gun guy is way more my special friend than pistol guy. That's a enemy buff? What's going on here? Oop, little lag. Little bit of lag. Alright. Oop. Those default zombie monk dudes kind of remind me of like messed up Raidens. It's tough because like you want to get the active reload so badly, but sometimes you get like too amped up and miss it. There is another thing that I think is kind of weird, but I also understand it, how like the guys who shoot never seem to have a melee attack. Like, cause that, I mean, had I had a melee attack there, I would have hit that dude with my rifle or something when he was right in my face like that. Especially being in the middle of that reload. But I guess that's kind of meant to balance the game a little bit, because obviously if the shooting guys can shoot and melee, then that really gives them a pretty substantial advantage over the guys who can only melee. Oh, I just forked that. Shut up and die. Oh, his friend was not pleased with what occurred there. But you can see how that battle roll thing really is a big deal, right? The fact that these guys can do it and the monsters can't. Other than just back roll away from him. And, oh my goodness. No! Help me, Jeebus! Help me, Jeebus! By Jeebus, I mean teammate! Help me, teammate, Jeebus! No! I'm actually doing pretty okay with this guy though, which is cool because he doesn't cost a lot to spawn, so I am all for that. Oh, shoot. I hate you. I hate you and all that you stand for. Yeah, when you hit that active reload, it makes a big difference in terms of just your ability to get damage on target faster. I'm glad to see this latency smoothing out too, because this is more like how the game was playing last night, and I definitely want to show it kind of at its best because I do think it's super cool. So need to see it running properly here. Oh! No, I should have rolled as soon as I got blinded and not 2 seconds late. That could have gone better. Alright, let's go one more time with the machine gunner and then I'll bring out somebody bigger. Just for funsies. I love the way this guy's movement and gun, I think, are like really cool, because like his gun can do some damage, especially if you get good like headshots and stuff. But he's also still got the battle roll, so he's very effective. See, the thing about that one thing too is it not only blinds you, but it also damages you. So it's like a double whammy. So even if they don't get you as a result, like they're still probably going to get you. I didn't quite get that switched fast enough, but you see how sometimes it's kind of tricky to get the mouse where you want it to go and get the appropriate class selected before the respawn timer runs out. Oh! No! Billy! I'm gonna let this guy with the big old shield get in front of me. Where you at? Where you at? Alright, fine. Yep, there's some definite snipe-tacular action going on over there. I'm gonna head over here to the middle. So one thing about this game that you probably have noticed by now, but I guess I'll mention it because it isn't maybe necessarily obvious. It doesn't seem like anybody can jump. I believe there's like one class on like the robots side and the robot faction that has jump jets that work off the spacebar, but that's like a unique ability just to that particular class. It seems like nobody else literally is even capable of jumping, which is kind of weird. But you know, as long as everybody has that issue, I guess those are ammo boxes. I guess that's what that is. I probably shouldn't be pressing forward like this. And oh my god, lag. Oh, I do have a melee. It's the F key. I did not know that. I just learned something. I learned something from my stream, so hopefully somebody else did too. Oh god, exploding dog. Not good. So not good. Oh yeah, so I was gonna... I keep missing the click. I was gonna take a bigger guy. It really was. I meant to do that. I keep getting distracted by shiny things and explosions and death. Help me! Oh man. That guy is way out of my league. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Crap! It's just that 1 second of respawn time is like that 1 second too long where I can't ever seem to get my... There we go. I can't ever seem to get the class I want selected. Unless I do it immediately. Like I have to already be thinking about doing it as I'm dying, or I just don't have enough time to get it done more often than not. It was good. It was good teamwork there, guys. Ah, that guy is angry. So angry. Oh man. Kalima. Kalima. Oh no. Oh, I will take that. I will take that. That was pure reaction shot right there. That was, oh my goodness, something really big is in my face and about to kill me. Pull the trigger. Stat. How are you not dead? Seriously, how are you not dead? Jeez whiz. That was a lot of bullets that guy absorbed. Alright. Alright. The latency, man, it's bumming me out. It really is. It says something about the game, though. I think it really does. That even with this horrible lag, I'm still having a good time. Wait. Get away from me. I could really use a heal. I wonder if any of our buffers are around here. Good shooting, or good clawing, little guy. Way to get inside on me. That's what I did to that other guy in that last round, actually. So I guess turnabout is fair play. What's happening here? Let's try to establish. Too much Too much from the backside. I thought those guys had me in the other direction. I really like this minigun. Come here, you scumlord. Ugh. That seemed like a little bit of latency hit detection issue there. I probably should switch off of this guy. I say I vaporized that dude, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so F seems to be melee for a lot of different dudes. I really keep that in mind. I swore I had tried it before and it didn't work, so I dismissed it as a possibility, but it might just be one of those deals where it does work on some classes and not others.
You have been defeated.
Ah, man. Bummer. Bummer. It's funny, too, because, like, of course, I turn the stream on and I start losing, because, like, every game I've played in so far had been a win. I think out of, like, 8 or 10 rounds I've played in before I started streaming this, it had been, like, 9 wins and 1 loss. But it just goes to show, you know, how the latency is probably affecting things, and also how me trying to talk about the game as I play it is probably hurting my gameplay a bit. But I'll take one for the team. It means you guys can see how cool this game is. Whee! Oh, nope, Majibus. And now you die. And now you die.
Double kill.
Alright, that's more like it. You know, I'm just gonna farm here.
Triple kill.
Until they kill me. Why wouldn't you? Oh, somebody's shooting something.
Fourth kill.
Ugh, they finally got me. They finally got me. That was pretty good though. Pleased with that. It's a good initial run. Okay, this guy's the bomb. He's got a melee. So his F key is just the same as the left mouse button. So that's weird how that works. This game does some weird stuff with like duplicate functions for keys. Because it's like left button and F are sometimes the same, and spacebar and shift are sometimes the same, but it depends on the character you're playing, because sometimes they aren't. You kind of have to just fiddle with it, I guess, until you get a sense of how it all works. Oh no! Oh, I should have thrown the bomb. I forgot kind of what I was doing there. I should have thrown the bomb and went to cover, and then advanced whenever he went into cover to avoid the bomb. That would have been the way to do that properly, as opposed to what I actually did. Somebody got a bad taco. Friendly buff or an enemy buff? You don't know. I mean, when you walk into it, you can tell because you either get the pluses on you or you don't. Swipe in there from behind, but it was not to be. Alright, I need to go with my stealth lady. This is where it's at, as far as I'm concerned. I do want to try some of the higher level monsters too, but I always seem to end up getting with her as soon as I can. She's just so darn effective.
Almost finished.
Oh, this is gonna be pain. This is gonna be nothing but horrible pain for them. Oh. Wait for it. Wait for it. 2. That's depressing. Alright, let's try this one more time. Still moving. To get with you. Alright, let's advance. 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 Womp. Alright, see if I can get behind this shield guy. Suck it. There's nothing, I repeat, nothing more satisfying than doing that. Just saying. Alright. I should probably pick somebody else, just because I probably shown a little too much of her. But, okay, that's the, yeah, okay, I didn't have a good run with this guy when I brought him out the previous time. Let's see if I can blind somebody. I think I only managed to pull that off once in that last game. I think our team is doing pretty well too, so I'm not too worried about doing a little experimenting. Oops. Oh. My bad, dude. Sorry. You're freaking out there. It was causing me concern. See that stun? Yeah. That stun is where it's at, yo. Ah.
Payback.
Nice. So I did get the posthumous kill there because my my burning blinding thing took his health down after I died. So that was three nice kills off that one spawn. Can't complain about that very much. I mean, you could, sure, but it's not really how I roll. Ah! Oh, I think I hit him, but he was already jacking me before I got turned around and saw him there. I really got to get better at thinking about switching the class as soon as I die, because that's really the problem. It's not so much the mouse issue, it's just that I don't think about switching fast enough. And that's really just my fault. It's the fact that I'm playing and commenting and whatnot at the same time. Alright. Okay, yeah, this is a charger. That worked out fortuitously. The big problem with the charge is that you just do not get any control over it once you initiate it. It is like just out of your hands, basically. You better line it up just right. And I mean, in that respect, it's very Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is the same way. Ah. Alright, I saw that I could hit this dude, which I don't think I've ever been before. So, yeah. I don't think that was nearly as effective as I wanted it to be, unfortunately. Oh right, there's this guy. All right, let's see if I can do a little better with him. I think I was maybe not giving him a fair shake last time. let's go back to my my bread and butter here. I think I need to try to get some kills here. Oop.
Double kill.
Nice. That is so, man, I cannot emphasize how awesome it is to do that. I just love that. Alright. That guy is scary. I'm not inviting that guy to my Christmas party. Maybe the Halloween party. That would probably be okay. Christmas party? No freaking way. The lag really. I always seem to get the lag with her at the worst possible moment, where it's just like gonna completely screw my shot. Some of those guys are so tall, like you can barely even see the player name unless you like pan the camera way up. Ah. All right, let's try something a little different. Okay, this is that guy. Yeah, okay, so that's his teleport thing, and then you get the big swing. And I know this guy can take damage because I've seen that in action. So that is really cool. The teleport thing is wicked cool. You can just kind of walk around too, projecting it ahead of yourself.
Double kill.
Yeah, man, that is the bee's knees. I like that a lot. Yeah, it's no wonder these guys like that guy so much. Oh, he could definitely take a licking too.
Triple kill.
Oh, nice. Gotta love the posthumous kill. Alright, let's see if we can get a zombie kill here. That would be a real coup at this point with all these big creatures running around if I could snipe a zombie kill here and kind of help balance out the universe a little bit. Gotta try to be a little opportunistic about it. Ah.
You have been defeated.
Ah. Oh man, I was right there. I was right there. Well, I mean in terms of being second. Actually, it wasn't close at all, but I didn't realize how well I had done there. Ah, nice. Okay, well, I think that's probably going to do it for now. Like I said, I want to go back and watch the VOD for a little bit and make sure that the audio levels are cool so that if I do stream this again, I can make adjustments or whatever. But I think that's a pretty good initial impression. Hopefully, even if the audio is not fantastic, you guys still at least get enough of a sense for what's going on here to know whether or not you'd be interested in it. And yeah, good times. ZMR. Who knew?